Hey nerds, this is Quinton, and this is a vlog. I just got through playing a bunch of Smash Brothers, Smash Brothers 4, at my friend's house, and hey, a bunch of people over, and we went up to 6 people, which I had never done before, which was awesome. However, I haven't played Smash Brothers in a while, and although on a copy of the original version, I haven't played it in a while, and suffice it to say, I don't have my 3DS anymore, so I couldn't even have played Smash Bros. On my own time if I had the chance leading up to this incursion. And I was definitely the worst player there, and it wasn't something I was very used to. I wasn't used to it at all. At first I was very uncomfortable, especially because we were doing one-on-ones, and I'm not as competitive in Smash Brothers as pretty much anyone I know who plays Smash Brothers, because none of them like to play with items. I don't like to play with items. I think they even the playing field, especially for more inexperienced players. But if you were to play any Smash Brothers tournament, like, you know, like a hobby shopper or something, they're probably not going to be playing with items on. We were doing one-on-ones for a long time before we expanded to 4, before we expanded to 6. And eventually a weaker player entered the fray towards the end, in like our last 10 out of probably like 50 something matches. But eventually I reached this point. I was playing with Charizard, and we were playing Luigi's Mansion. I was just running back and forth because I kept falling. And I felt very weird. I was like, man, I'm falling and dying so stupid. I just went through like 3 lives. I had 1 life left. And I go to the middle floor, and I go back and forth. And anytime someone goes to that floor, I will either blow my breath at them, or, that sounds weird, I will either blow my breath at them, or I do this attack that hurts Charizard when he does it, but does a pretty sizable amount of damage for a non-smash attack. And I kept doing it. I did it until I had like 150 damage on myself, mostly from hurting myself. But I really threw chaos into the fight, and it was really fun. I was just laughing diabolically as I finally died, because it got to the point where someone outside playing was like, it's like he's a hazard. And it's like, wow, it kind of is. And in that moment, I became kind of like free. And someone very close to me actually says that they suck at video games, and they like that they suck at video games. And this is, I'm assuming, exactly what they were talking about, because after a point I didn't care. Like, it was funny because originally we were going in, and this whole thing had been built up to be we're gonna play for money. Everyone's gonna like throw 5 in a pot, and I originally went in with the intention of betting solely because I knew I sucked. So I was like, I want to get the best end of this deal, because I'm gonna feel really bad if I put in money and I, lose that money, and I know I was gonna lose that money from the very beginning. But since we ended up not doing that, we just kind of like played like as a warm-up, and the warm-up just like started to include everybody as people were doing other things on the side. And eventually it was like, man, we'll just do betting next time. And then at that point, all pressure was off to like really perform well. So, it wasn't like people weren't having fun before that, but at that point, everyone, I think, was having way more fun. But for me, myself, I've been kind of worse at video games than I've been before. I'm definitely not the best that I've ever been. I'm not the worst I've ever been, but I'm definitely not the best I've ever been. I've only been playing a few games lately, and generally I have good periods, and I have terrible periods. But most of my periods are in between, and I'm not used to that. But then again, I used to work a lot less and play a lot more video games. Before that, I used to play a lot of video games and not do a lot of school. I did school, some, I kind of did. Anyway, I think that if you play video games and you're ever made to feel because your skill of video games is not very good, or that you shouldn't play it, or if someone always encourages you to play on hard when you don't think you are comfortable with it, I say, do your own thing. You know, we try to challenge ourselves so much when we think of ourselves as hardcore gamers. I feel like sometimes we just lose sight of like what it used to mean, or like, I guess there's this side of, oh no, I play games sometimes, and then it's just like, I hate filthy casuals. And I know that there's a pull in both directions, and the industry is feeding way more towards one category than the other. And I usually don't ever fall into the more casual side than the other. But right now, and generally, I don't focus on multiplayer games, which is kind of funny. But I already made the point of this video, which was, you know, even if you suck, you should still play video games. You can still enjoy them. And playing only games based on like really hard difficulties doesn't make you a better gamer. It doesn't mean you're enjoying it more. You're just enjoying it a different way. And challenging yourself isn't bad. I think you should challenge yourself. I think you should try steps. I used to suck at Mega Man, and I beat all 8 of them. You can't see my hand motion. And I beat all 8 of them. See that? I had to practice, and you know, some people don't want to put practice in, and that's understandable. You don't have a limited amount of time, but if you have fun, I think that's the most important part. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You nerds have a nice night.